Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. It's Birds of Feather Podcast with your boy Q City.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
And this is the betting pod for week 7 coming to you live. Um, let's get into it. So I kind of redid our uh point system, right? Put a little structure to it. So your three games are each worth a point. Your lock of the week is worth 2 points, win or lose. So you lose 2 points, you win, you get 2 points. And then your upset is worth 3 points only if you win. Makes sense, right? Uh, so with that scoring point in mind, I came into the week with 2 points. Taj, you came into the week with four. So let's get into our three picks. I actually had a half decent week to be honest. I had a 3-2.
I
At
mean,
three and
mine was what 2 and 3.
2 and 3. It wasn't terrible, right? But I don't think either one of us ain't nothing to write home, right?
No,
Um, if we get into it, so my first one, I had Arizona at Indy, Arizona +7. I thought Arizona was very live in that game. Um, the late collar scratch was it wasn't late, but it was after we had already done the pod. Um, I wasn't
he played.
expecting it.
Oh no, man, he didn't play. He didn't play. That's right. He didn't play. You're right.
Not percent. Yeah, yeah. Um, it wasn't a late scratch per se. It just came out after we did the pod. We usually, as you can see, record on Wednesday. So I think that news came out either late Thursday or early Friday. Um, and Brissett was to play. But Brissett kept him in the game. The offense actually looked pretty decent with it. I hate for Marvin Harrison Jr. that he got knocked out of that game because he was real upset that he got knocked out of the game. Once again, Colts didn't have an opportunity to draft you, so like it ain't like they did anything to you. But that's your dad's team. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to. He was doing a little bit before he got hit, but he got concussed, got knocked out the game. But Arizona kept it close. They kept it alive most of the game. I was happy about that one. Your first game, you had Tennessee at Las Vegas. Chose Tennessee money, and yeah, but Callahan got fired. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you gotta know on that game right there.
Man, hey, it worked out.
Yeah, I saw his record.
Four
He
and
only
23 or something like that.
won 4 games, bro.
Yeah,
And like, I understand not wanting a one and done coach. I do understand that, but like, well, he wasn't one and done because he had 2 years under his belt, didn't he?
this is the second year.
This was his second year. Yeah, the GM drafted Will Levis. That wasn't him. Yeah, so there it goes. So back to my previous point. I understand not wanting a one and done coach, but to fire him 6 weeks in, you knew you wanted to fire him at the beginning of the season. I I
Absolutely.
I liken it to our last year with Mike Smith, and we started what was it 0-5 or 0-6, and then they fired him. Or no, it wasn't Mike Smith. It was our
You
last
talking
year
about
with
Quinn?
who?
You talking about Dan Quinn, not Mike?
Yeah. It was last year with Dan Quinn, and we started like 0-5 or 0-6. Um, and they knew they wanted to let him go. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Good to see you. Um, but like, yeah, it was. They knew they wanted to let him go. To bring him into the season, what reason? What reason? Because basically, you just wasted this season. Um,
Yeah.
my second, or yeah, my second team, Seattle at Jacksonville. I chose Seattle money line. I feel like Seattle's like a buzzsaw. I feel like them in Tampa and Detroit are really on top of the NFC right now. Um, so I wasn't really surprised by that outcome. Travis Hunter kind of showed up a little bit in that game. He had two little splash plays I really enjoyed seeing. But other than that, I think Seattle was in real control of that game. And JSN is he get the title. He one of them ones, bro. He one of them ones. Your
Bro,
second game, you had Detroit at KC. You had Detroit money line. What'd you see there, bro?
Uh, I just thought they was gonna win, and it just didn't work out. Kansas City might be back, and they getting Rasheed Rice back either this week or next week.
Just this week.
Yeah, so the Chiefs might be back because Mahomes is actually like he had a down couple of years, but Mahomes looking like MVP Mahomes right now.
Back to our previous conversation where we was talking about
I
it.
wasn't wrong. He did decline. He played 2 bad years to his standards. That wasn't that what that I never said he was falling off. I just said he's declined from that, but he's back.
I mean, you kept
Two
saying,
things could be true.
I, once again, all right, maybe to his standard, he wasn't at
Yes,
peak,
to his standard, he wasn't playing like Mahomes.
but
If you
he's
pull up
still
tonight, because the thing is, you were only I'm looking because you're talking about he's still. I'm looking at the stats. The stats don't match what he's done. That's what I was talking about. You're talking about Super Bowl. No, fuck all that. The stats don't match. That's what I was talking about.
at greatness. He's great when greatness is required. And now
Nigga,
his
shut up.
team needs a little bit more, and he's doing it.
This is what I expect when I see Mahomes. Not them last 2 years where he can carry by the defense. This year he put the cape back on.
Are you getting carried if you're making the plays when the plays need to be made?
Bro, you know what the hell I mean. Stop trying to be difficult.
I'm not
You
even
know what I'm you know what I mean.
making a valid point that you don't
No,
like.
bro, you're being very facetious in avoiding what I was saying.
I'm avoiding what you're saying.
You are though, because I'm sitting here talking about stats. You're talking about he still did what they did when it. But if you look at the stats, last 2 years were a drop off from what he did before that. That's all I was ever saying.
He came out the gate 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. I think most seasons are going to be a downgrade.
But the thing is, and then he put up another 5,050. Like his. Let me see.
Are we about to get sidetracked this early?
We are. But hey, I got time right now.
We're 7 minutes in. We at least let us get to the locks.
No. So 2018, right? 5,050. 2019, he went down to 4,026, but only 5 picks. 2020, he went back up to 4,738 touchdowns and 6. 2021, 4,837 touchdowns, 13 picks. 2022, 41 touchdowns, 12 picks. But he had 5,000 yards. So the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards of his 6 years of his career, he's averaging about 4,700 yards a year. So we get to the following 2 years. 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks. Last year, 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. That is a drop off comparatively to what he's done the 6 years prior.
Touchdowns?
Huh?
You said 36 touchdowns?
26.
Oh, I was about to say, I did not think he threw that many last.
27 and 26. That is a stark drop off from what he's done the prior 6 years, with the exception of his third year.
And
he's averaged. He's averaged. I don't. 50, 26, 38, 37, 41. That's high 30s.
It's 41.
Yeah, 40. Yeah. So he averaging around 41, and then he drops down to 26, 27. And then the quarterback rating dropped as well because he was at 113, 105, 108, 98, 105. Then he went down to 92 and 93. Those two were a drop off being standard play. That's all I ever said.
I don't think it's
the stats are there.
I hear you. I don't think it's a he's back thing. I think he's doing what the team is requiring him to do. Because if you think back to 2018, that defense was historically bad, which is why he was able to put up the yards he was. It was a pinball machine because he was constantly in shootouts. 2019, it was required of them to have a really good offense. I think the past 2 years, he's playing complimentary football a lot. But this year, I think a little bit more is required of him. Airing it out again. And he has the weapons to do so, which is a big piece to it as well. Right? Because if you take 23, because that was the year they got beat by Detroit in the season opener, I'm pretty sure. If you take 23, that receiving core was the fact he won a Super Bowl with that receiving core is absolutely crazy.
He had better defenses when he was throwing more yards.
Nah, the 2018
I
defense.
just looked it up.
What was the 2018 defense ranked?
Well, maybe not that year, but like the other years they were better or about the same.
What was his other 5,000 yard season? What was that?
2022. They were ranked 15.
Yeah, he had a league average defense because there's never been a team to win with a below league average defense.
Yeah,
but Super Bowl days,
they were just league average. I think there might have been certain aspects of that, but in total defense, all them defense been like around 15 to 17.
Then what has the defense been ranked the past 2 years?
15 to 17.
In total defense, that sounds crazy. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that sounds.
The Chiefs 2023 defensive rankings, they were I think they were first to pass, but in total defense they were 15.
Okay, I was about to say I know they were way up there.
That's why I said in certain categories they were there, but in the total picture they were league average.
Okay, that's.
I'm just saying from the picture, like cause right now through 6 games he has 11 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,500 yards, and he ain't even got his best receiver back yet.
Yeah, but like last year they lost their third game. What, week 15, 16?
Again, look, you're focused on the Chiefs team. I'm focused on what Mahomes has been doing. Because the thing is, even last year, right, he showed up to training camp fat.
Man, all right.
He did.
I don't discount winning.
But the thing is, winning is not a quarterback only thing. It's a team thing. The Chiefs are a great team because their general manager is great at solving problems.
So here's what I will say to that. You're right. It is a team stat. Every player, I would lean toward a little bit more on the quarterback, but every player has a role in winning. Yes. Getting stats to the detriment of winning makes you a terrible player. Getting stats in route of winning, I feel like makes you a great player.
During this 2-year stretch, he turned the ball over more than he has in 80 stretch of his career.
During these 2-year stretch, nobody won more.
Huh?
During this 2-year stretch, nobody won more.
He turned the ball over. The team won, yeah, because the defense had certain things where they might have been taking the ball away better. But him individually was not playing as good as the prior 6 years. You're so focused on, he's a quarterback, so he won, but that's not, you're simplifying it. It's not that simple.
And also, look at what he did in the playoffs.
That's fine, but I'm talking about what he did during the season. His seasons, the past 2023 and 2024 were a decline from what he has been from 2018 to 2022.
Has this been so far the best season of Trevor Lawrence's career?
I haven't paid Trevor Lawrence any attention.
Has this been the best season of Sam Darnold's career?
Probably between this year and last year.
Why?
He's playing good football.
He's putting up yards, but what else has changed?
He's putting up good numbers. The whole thing about Darnold was he wasn't putting up numbers. He had a breakout year last year. He put up numbers. That's what he got paid.
He put up no numbers in Carolina?
No.
Okay.
That's why they got rid of him.
He didn't put up the yards he put up with the Vikings. He didn't put up the yards that he put up with the Vikings. He wasn't bad in Carolina. That's what got him the backup role.
In Carolina, he was there 2 years. The first year, he was 225 yards, 9 touchdowns, 13 picks.
What was he the second year?
7-3, but he got benched because he was scared. He was gun shy, whatever. Then he went to the Niners for a bad year. Last year was his breakout year where he actually threw for 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 12 picks. He's never thrown more than 19 before that. So yes, he put up numbers last year. What are we talking about?
But what has also changed?
He put up numbers. That's what changed. He played good ball. That's what changed. What are we talking about? Pull the stats up. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about what actually goes into winning. He's winning. That's
He
what.
played better. That's what happened.
All right,
Because
so
look at everything else. He got Minnesota. He had a better team around him.
Okay. So when Patrick has a good team, he's doing what's required of him, and he's winning, he gets discounted for it.
I didn't discount him. Because the thing is, Mahomes built up the reputation that he has. So when he plays bad for those 2 years, I'm going to call it out. I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm saying those 2 years were a decline from what he did before that. And you're saying, well, he still won more games. Fuck the wins. What he did individually was still a decline.
I'm never going to say fuck the wins because the whole point is
Bro,
to win.
That's not what I'm arguing, Q. You're only focused on the wins. I'm saying that he didn't play as well. You're saying, well, he still won. Yes, but he did start playing worse. The team was better, yes, but he still played worse. And you're arguing, well, he still won the game, but that's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying he's doing what's required of him.
He played. That's the worst 2 years of his career. Yes, they won games, but individually he played, and he even admitted to it.
I'm not saying that those were the best years of his
career. Then why are we arguing?
I'm literally saying when we had.
But they still won. I'm telling you what you said, but they still won though.
When we had our conversation, think back on it. What did you say?
That he was on a decline.
When I said that he's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I said the past 2 years he didn't show that.
Nobody, and that's where I was arguing. Like nobody's won more. The point of this is to win the game. Be great when great is required.
But the thing is, in order to win the game, it takes more than just the quarterback. Mahomes has had great general managers. They have problem-solving coaches on their team. Because the thing is, Mahomes has one of the best GMs, one of the best coaches. Like he has the things that help. He has two things that help him. He's not doing it alone.
So do you want a season like Sam Darnold had last year, where you put up a bunch of numbers, you flame out in the first round? Is that what you want?
That's not what I'm see. Q, that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying because the thing is, he was winning doing all of this. Mahomes ain't been called the GOAT because of these past 2 years. He got three. He already has this before that. So I'm saying the past 2 years was a decline from what he did before that when he was still winning. Nothing changed but the stats. He's still been winning, but the stats changed.
He had 2 years. Hear me out. He had 2 years where he won a Super Bowl, putting up no. Because the first year he put up monster stats, didn't make it to the Super Bowl. The second year, where you see a decline in the stats, made it to the Super Bowl and won. Third year, didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Fourth year, made it to the Super Bowl and won. And then 22 made it to the Super Bowl and won. So like your argument on the fact that like, oh, you have great stats, is it in service of winning?
2020, he was 4,700 yards, 38 touchdowns, six picks. 2023. 2023 was a bad, statistically was a bad year, but what's the other one I'm looking for?
And finished in the Super Bowl.
23. This is it's throwing it off. Okay. 2022, 41 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. They won the Super Bowl that year. 2023, yes, and they won Super Bowl too. The past 2 years was the worst he performed. He won one of those Super Bowls, yes, but those were the worst performances. The other two performances, 2 of his 3 Super Bowls came where he was playing better.
And
that's all I said.
And what I'm saying is that you're doing what's required of you from your team.
No, there's all of that. Because you're using it as a cop out. He's like, well, I mean, because you're not acknowledging he's playing better. You're saying, well, they still won, but you're not acknowledging the problem. He played better. He played worse. Just admit that.
I'm not fighting.
Then why are we arguing?
I don't know. You took this left. I said we were at 7 minutes and we took it left.
No, because the thing is, I feel like you're arguing something because I'm saying something and you're like, well, I don't disagree with that. What the fuck were you arguing? Because I've been saying he played worse. You're like, but they're still winning. It's like I'm saying what I'm saying, and you're like, instead of saying, oh, I agree with that, you're saying no, but they're still winning. Okay, so you agree with what I'm saying, but you're being argumentative for what?
Let me get it out. I acknowledge the fact that Mahomes did not play as well in the past 2 years. I want to say that clearly. Are we online there? Right?
That's my only argument. That's why the fuck I turned up.
What I'm saying, in response to that, I still consider him the best QB because even with those two down statistical years, he has managed to win at a level higher than every other quarterback. That's all I'm saying. That's all
He
I would
won
say.
because the team was good. Because the thing is, you're not about to tell me he played better than Josh Allen last year, because Josh Allen had to carry the whole damn team on his back.
When they played head to head in a game for all the stakes, who played
Yes,
better?
the Chiefs won because the Chiefs team is better.
Who played better in that game?
The Chiefs team is better.
Who played better in that game? We're going completely off course. We are nowhere near keeping time. That nigga shit. We started late too, bro.
Josh played better.
What do you have? 300 yards and an L to take home?
230. See, exactly. His team was better. You focused on the win, but individually, Josh outplayed him. But Mahomes has a better team. You're ignoring the fact that the Chiefs have a great team. Yes, Mahomes deserves the credit, but you can't discredit the team. The quarterbacks get way too much credit because the thing is, if you don't got a good online, if you don't got a defense to get stopped, none of this shit fucking matters. The quarterbacks get way too much fucking credit.
And you feel like, you know what? Okay, cool.
I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but you're giving him all the credit and involving the team. When Josh Allen carried his team to that position, Mahomes had a good team to meet him there. Josh Allen, Mahomes didn't have to be Superman for the past 2 years because his team was better.
So are you saying that okay, you're right. You're right. Now, going on to your third game.
You don't even believe it. You're trying to move on, so it's whatever.
So you mad that I'm trying to move on?
No, because you're not giving whatever. You're gone.
You mad because I'm trying to move on? Because look, to your future point, we fundamentally disagree right here. Because for me, if I look at Penix, if he has right now, everybody's talking about him having a low ceiling or he's playing bad. Me and you, who have talked about him every single week, have nothing but praise for him because one, we feel like he's executing properly. Two, his stats are okay, right? But it's in service of winning. And that has been a change. It looks better, right? Now, I won't disagree with you in the fact of we've had quarterbacks who have been on winning streaks that have been playing terrible, and we recognize, hey, you're not the answer. One, I feel like getting to a certain level and being able to elevate past that level does give you extra cachet. As much as you want to say Josh and Lamar are awesome and are better, they don't do it in service of winning. The whole point of this is to win. The whole point of
Josh Allen, he has done it. And the thing, he gets lit down because the team around him is shit. Josh Allen is a superstar, but his offense is ass. Their defense is ass too. The current Bills team, Josh ain't the problem. The GM, he's too fucking cocky. He said, we don't need a receiver. We scored 30 points a game because we got a good play caller.
Josh has 5 turnovers in the past 2 weeks.
Who are the weapons he's throwing to? Because the thing is, we've seen this with Penix. Hold on. Because the thing is,
he's not the problem. That's what I'm talking about.
He's not in service of winning. He's not the problem.
I'm okay.
He's not the problem. But the pick he threw first got tipped. It was going to be a touchdown if he didn't get tipped.
The crazy part is I don't even put that last pick on him like that. Just strictly
he got tipped. The first one is this: he's playing hero ball because no one's getting open. He lost his best weapon before the game. Other than that, Keon Coleman, he can't beat no one. AJ Terrell had him in Alcatraz. The Bills don't have nothing. They don't have a number one receiver.
Okay,
they got
in 2022 when Patrick was going through a very similar season and ended his season with the Super Bowl trophy. What are we saying here? Or 2023?
Because their defense was better.
All right.
And the thing is, they still was able to run the ball then.
That's gonna be your cop out instead of I understand giving too much weight and credit, but on the
The thing is Mahomes has consistently had better teams around him. Yes, the receiver. Ever since they traded Tyree, they take their time to get more receivers in there. I'll give you that. I'm not arguing that because they've been holding him with receivers because of who he is. But Josh Allen, ever since they moved Diggs out of there, like it's like,
literally
he played his best without him.
Literally going through the same thing. And one of those guys went through it and won a Super Bowl, and the other one, there's always an excuse
because the other team was still better.
All right.
Josh, look, because the thing is, Mahomes' team wasn't giving up damn near 300 yards to one player because they had Spagnuolo, a real defensive coordinator.
Bijan is special. There's nothing you can do.
He is special. That's facts. But it's still unacceptable to let one player do that. Good teams don't do that.
Guys, we're at 25 minutes.
That's cool, but good teams don't do that.
We have to move on.
That's cool, but good teams don't do that.
We have to move on. Right. Chicago and Washington. Y'all, if y'all stayed for any length of time and heard that, I just want y'all to know this is a normal occurrence. And I would apologize, but my aunt told me a long time ago, sorry means that you're not going to do it again. And I want to let y'all know without a shadow of a doubt, we will do that again. We will do that again. Most likely later on in this episode. So, yeah. I would tell you we'll be better, but we won't. we won't at all. But that's why I love talking ball with this man. That's exactly why. All right, so Chicago at Washington. You had Chicago money line. Boy, that was a nail biter. That one was a little close. And then I had Denver at New York. I had New York plus 7.5. That game was disgusting. That whole Bo Nix propaganda that I was shooting last year, that is in full effect. I don't know. Did you sit and watch that game or did you just catch highlights? But it was disgusting. It was as much as bad as Justin Fields looked. And Denver's defense is elite, and it does make people look bad. Bo Nix looked just as bad. You know why that score was the way it was? Because Bo Nix ran in the end zone and dude basically tackled a New York Jet defender in the end zone to keep from getting a sack, so they had a safety. That whole game was ugly. But they kept 7.5, so that's a win there. My lock of the week, I had Dallas at Carolina. I'm be honest, I wasn't buckled up. Rico Dow, he said what it was. He told everybody what he was going to do. He said it all week, and then he went out and did it. And you made a believer out of me. I give you that. That's props. For you had Chargers at Miami, and I feel like picking against Miami is a good bet nowadays. What did you see in that one?
They suck.
I don't know how much longer Buddy gonna be there.
Yeah, that's all I got. They suck.
Last one, both our upsets didn't cash. I had New England at New Orleans. You had Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Cleveland money line, it wasn't close. And New Orleans was pretty live, but didn't really end well. So 3 for the games, -2 for lock missing, nothing for the upset. I got 3 points, and then for you had 1 for the games, 2 for your lock of the week hitting. So you are up to 7 points. Getting into the Buffalo and Atlanta game, obviously we both got money line on that one. 4-1 on both props. So talking about your bets, telling the story. We both talked about Atlanta being really good offensively, Buffalo not being able to hit. The only thing on both of ours that didn't hit was Pitts. I had Pitts anytime touchdown. You had him over 38.5. But both of those didn't hit. All the other ones did. Penix over 220. Allen under 2 pass. London over 60. Bijan over 106.5. So coming on to this week. I'm 12-18 15 on the season. Taj, you sitting at 14, 15, and 1. I got 4 points in the new system. You got 7. So your first game right here is Tampa Bay at Detroit. So holla at me. What you seeing there?
Bucks got to lose at some point. I mean, they lost before, but they got to lose again at some point. I think the Lions are a better team. No matter how good Baker is going to play, it's going to be hard to beat the Detroit team without your weapons.
I agree there. I think them coming off a loss might be a little rough for them. Or Tampa. And really, to be honest with you, we kind of need Tampa to start losing. They look like the class of the NFC right now. They're not really putting belt to nobody. Like San Fran, I think was the first game in which it was over. Right? Like they're really winning games from Baker pulling it out the last minute.
Like so far, I don't think there is a class in the NFC yet. I don't think there's a class in any division yet, or conference for that matter. Nobody has truly separated themselves from the pack.
I think a lot of
everything's kind of like muddled in right now. So like, it's too early for me to call it a class because like the way it's looking, like if our defense can continue what it's doing and Penix can continue to get better throughout the season, which he's been on the trajectory of going up, we could end up being the class of the NFC by the time we get there.
Honestly,
it's very wide open.
That's what I'm saying. If we win on Sunday, we're at 4 wins. And if you look at the rest of the NFC, like we're basically at the top of the NFC behind if Detroit wins and Tampa loses and then we win, you'll have 2 teams at 5 wins, or you'll have 3 teams at 5 wins. And then like 4 teams at 4, and we be one of them. So like, I definitely agree with you there. My first game is Miami at Cleveland. I got Miami plus 2.5. What's up? No. I got Miami plus 2.5. I definitely think that Miami should be able to pull that one out. I'm surprised Cleveland is favored in that game. I understand it's at Cleveland, but like Dillon Gabriel is a quarterback who just 7 dropbacks, 7 sacks against him, hadn't thrown the ball over 15 yards. Like, and don't get me wrong, Miami is cheeks, Miami's buns. I'm surprised Cleveland is favored in that game. Their defense is real, and maybe they think Miami's just giving up.
Let me ask you a question then. Out of them 2 teams, which unit stands out the most?
Yeah, Cleveland's defense.
That's the only standout unit in this game.
And on a side note, Tua. Remember how I said last year when Kirk came up to the microphone?
Oh, you're throwing his team on yeah.
Bruh, when like I'm nothing if consistent, bro. When Kirk came up in the Vikings game, I said then he should have been benched. That should have been his last start. Should have been over for him, just because of how he responded. I don't think Tua should start this week, bro. I know they're going to. I know they don't have any other option.
They don't have another option. Like we had another option, they don't.
Yeah, I know they ain't got no other options. I do not think Tua should start this week. That was the most gutless, spineless response to it. Had nothing to do with the game. If you listen to the question, it's like he offered that up unprompted, bro. Like just literally trying to deflect stuff.
Like, my response to that is like, what you want us to do, you the quarterback, you handle it.
Oh, people ain't showing up to players only meetings. You're the quarterback, bro.
Like, why are you telling us what you want us to do? That's a bad look. That means
that's your boss coming up at work and being like, these employees don't listen. Nigga, what they pay you for? What did they pay you for?
Like, you're supposed to be the leader. Like now, I see why Terry was so happy that he was hurt. I ain't never seen nobody. Yes, Dual leg turned sideways. He over there. Yes.
I just that was honestly, I think the respect factor is gone for pretty much everybody in that organization. Um, so going on next, you have Houston at Seattle. You hopping on the Seattle train. I definitely understand it. I think Seattle is up there in terms of who's going to be one of the best teams in the NFC. And to keep it a buck 50 with you, Seattle versus San Fran. If San Fran can't get healthy and get right, boy, Seattle might go ahead and run away with that division. I don't think the Rams, after watching them versus the Ravens, they may have serious issues if Puka ever goes down for an extended period of time.
Yeah, just go through Devontae.
Hmm?
Yeah, just go through Devontae.
It hitting to a high level this year.
Hmm?
Devontae
Just
hadn't been killing this year.
because there's Puka. Puka's the number one, but if Puka goes down, they're just gonna feed the other guy. Like Devontae's capable of having an offense ran through him still. Like he's still a good receiver. He's just Puka the guy. Devontae went there knowing that.
Also true. Um, my last game, is your last game, which is Philly at Minnesota. You got Philly money line. I got Philly minus 1.5. Uh, I think we both are in the same point of like Philly should win that game, right? Um, they need it. They need it just to get back off the snide.
And
JJ,
they having some weird stuff going on too. Cause like there was the whole they had a player meeting between AJ, Saquon, and Hurts, and then AJ Brown come like, I don't recall none of that. I was just going to my car and then they was just talking, so I just jumped in the conversation. It wasn't no meeting. While Saquon and Hurts both said it was a meeting.
and that's to me, I feel like that's one of those lost in translation moments where, prime example, we just called back to earlier, right? I could view that as like a dead ass argument, right? Me and you was beefing for real for the rest of the night. We not fucking with each other. I'm not talking to you, right? And you could have viewed that as like, hey, we're just talking ball. You know what I'm saying? But like, who is going to press that, right? Like, who's going to speak that out to people? I feel like that's the important part. How was it relayed? Who said it? Who said it when and where? I don't know if they
I
have
just think it's weird that if you got three people, two people saying the same thing and one saying, I don't recall that. It kind of just
it comes off weird.
like because like even when they won the Super Bowl, he put out the whole thing talking about, yeah, I thought that I finally won the Super Bowl, like I would feel fulfilled, but I still feel empty because I didn't get to dominate the way that I wanted. I get my thrill off the game seeing a man's head drop because he know he can't guard me. Like, bro, you just won the Super Bowl. That's like the selfishest thing. Like, I get what you're saying, but you couldn't pick a worse time to say that.
I mean, but that's not to get too off track. But that's like people who kind of focus on stats, right? Who just like you want to see how you individually play, and it's not in service of winning. It's really just about you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think for him, I think we all have different motivations, right? Where it's like, what drives you to do what you want to do? What drives you to be the best? Does really dominating someone drive you to be the best? Cool, right? Or does winning kind of is your standard of being the best? For him, he's kind of shown that like the individual stats show that he's the best, and it
Yeah.
doesn't, which is
Yeah.
to why I can't even. That's not even the type of person I necessarily want on my team. I get the roundabout way people try to give him an excuse to the fact that like if he if he's producing, then the team is winning. But like they're winning without him producing, and he's obviously not okay with it.
Yeah, he's definitely not okay with it. Like, you know, that's I don't get it, but that
All right, so
everybody do for different reasons.
going into locks of the week. New England at Tennessee. New England is +7 in this game, traveling down to Tennessee. I actually think that game is going to be way closer. Um, I think Tennessee's going to get the new coach bump, and New England is. I think they're due for a letdown. I thought they were due for a letdown. You should beat the teams that you want supposed to beat.
So I'm gonna
Going to lose to a bad team, and I feel like this is the spot. But I think
this
New
is
England.
what happened, right?
Yeah.
Vrabel coming back to Tennessee, he felt like they did him wrong. He got them boys dialed to the nines. He said, "I want y'all to smoke them."
But
So I
that's
don't think that new coach bump gonna matter because because I ain't gonna say this analogy because it can get some people in trouble, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But yeah, they yeah.
But I think so. Like having it turned so far up can lead to pressing, right? It can lead to like some mistakes, some inconsistencies, little teetering on the edge. So like I want to see. I think the first two drives, the offensive drive, will tell me everything I need to know about how that game is going to play out. Right? If New England comes out, scores a touchdown, and forces a three and out, boy, it's going to get ugly. But if they get one or two first downs, punt the ball, then they allow Tennessee to go down and miss a field goal, I'm be like, oh, it's a game. We in for today, right? So I think I really want to check that one early. For you, your lock of the week is the Rams at Jacksonville. Tell me what you seeing in that one.
Well, even though Jacksonville is technically London's team or whatever, this is this coaching staff's first time making that trip. So I'm going to go with the more experienced staff here, the more experienced team.
I mean, that makes sense.
And I think the Rams are a better team in general. But
Jacksonville, is damn near like a home game for them. I swear they play in London every year, but it's the last week.
it is. This is also this new coaching staff's first time making that trip.
True. My upset of the week: New Orleans at Chicago. I'm dipping that well again. I think Chicago. I honestly think that Jaden win was really really big for Chicago, coming off a bye. How they lost last year and what it turned into, right? Like those teams went in polar directions after that game last year, right? Chicago won like I think Chicago only won like one more time in the season, and freaking uh the Commanders ended in the NFC Championship game. Like they went in completely separate directions from a Hail Mary. So I feel like right there was kind of them getting back on track, them being able to like hone in and say, all right, cool, this is what we're gonna do moving forward. I feel like they put all that into the game and they're due for a letdown for a team that has been spicy over the last couple of weeks, right? Once again, how I've been saying about Spencer Rattler. He's not the solution, but I don't necessarily view him as the problem, right? Um, you're upset. You got Carolina at the New York Jets, and that's just I know that's a function of like it's not a lot of good picks this week.
That's pretty much it. Like, I think the Jets gonna get. I don't think they're gonna go Owen. So I think they're gonna trade the Owen out for a wine.
And I don't mind Carolina losing them having the same amount of wins as us because I've never seen a fan base hold on.
Damn, I might have messed up. I just realized Garrett Wilson ain't playing.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
I ain't
Hold,
even.
hold to your pick, man. Hold to your pick. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Because like I mean, I highly doubt y'all watching a Falcon show anyway. But like, I have never seen a fan base hold on to one week 3 victory like I seen this Carolina fan base.
Oh
Bro.
yeah, they've been talking about that all season, all since then on Twitter. They're like, dang, so y'all could beat the Bills, but y'all lose to us.
That 30-0 is just that's their Super Bowl, bro. They have been holding that thing. So like I 1000% hope. And the crazy part is they got dog walked by New England the next week. Like they got blasted by New England the next week. So it literally can show any given Sunday. But they ain't trying to arguing with them is an unreasonable tenet. So I'm not even about to go back and forth. Falcons at San Francisco. You got Falcons winning. Um, we both got the Falcons winning. The props on this week were absolutely terrible for the kid, bro. Like, there's a lot of props that just aren't available. They just aren't out there. But it goes back to the saying: Vegas was not built by winners, bro. Like Vegas was not built by winners. All those big casinos, they're not going to give you good props that you feel comfortable. They want to give you stuff to make you sweat, right?
Definitely.
I'm 15-10 on the season. You're 13-12. That's kind of telling a story. So I got Penix's longest completion at over 34 and a half. Bijan's longest reception over 15 and a half. London's longest reception under 23 and a half. First Atlanta, uh, first drive for Atlanta is a field goal attempt, and last one to score is San Francisco. For you, uh, you got Penix over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Bijan's longest rush at 15 and a half, and Pitts over 39 and a half. London anytime touchdown and CMC over 55 and a half. So I think all that really goes into the point of saying this should be a big offensive outing for Atlanta, but there's not a lot that's really out there for you to nitpick in terms of props.
I mean, yeah. It's, I mean, I feel confident in these though. I'm a little iffy on the Chris McCaffrey one, but other than that,
But I mean, like hell, he's their only weapon. They
yeah,
are
because like Kittle may or may not play. I don't know.
so.
Because I know it's hard to find props on Atlanta because like you don't know who's playing.
And I feel like that's the main reason it's been so negative. So we gonna wrap it, you guys. We appreciate y'all. Uh, follow us on all social media platforms at BOAF Media. Subscribe to the YouTube. Hit that button so that you see when we going live. Um, if you need help, call the gambling hotline. Call the number. Do not bet anything you can't afford to lose. Only bet where it's legal. What am I missing?
Subscribe to the page. Follow all our socials.
That's it.
Keep your kidneys because you need them.
There it goes. There it goes.
And don't do cocaine.
That's the demonetization right there. That's right at the end of the video. God damn it.
Hey, you can clip it out.
We own lot. I can't with you.
You can still clip it. You hey just clip and put it back up there. It's all good.
All right.
You know it's GTA.
I got you. It's been your boy Q City.
Your boy Tyler Prado.
And we out.
Peace.
Hey, mama.